Why did we go with the color red to indicate that something was recording? Because it's eye-catching? It's alarming? In a way. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Crow. Good morning, Mobtown. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whenever you end up dipping out of the stream. And I appreciate you for making time for it. Taylor Nicole's here. Hey, Taylor Nicole, I'm actually really glad you're here. It's almost like you knew. Okay, so, hold on. This is gonna bug me. Okay, so, Taylor Nicole, I remember talking to you, goodness, it must be like a full year ago now at this point, yeah? About buying a plant. Good morning, Jazz Cat. Well, today is the day. Today I'm doing a lot of, I'm like taking a glad bag around my apartment and I'm throwing away a lot of stuff. I'm like kind of doing spring cleaning, fall cleaning. And then I'm walking to Home Depot, which is a couple blocks away. It's my best option. There's not really a lot of plant nurseries around here, and I'm going to be buying a plant. And I have no idea what I'm getting, so hopefully it's something that is low-ish maintenance. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. There doesn't seem to be like an easy spot, like an obvious place for the plant, but today is the day. And I thought about you while I was coming to the decision yesterday. That's weird, Jazz Cat. Somebody else is too. I got a tiny cabbage, says Taylor, because the purple was pretty to me. Good luck with your interview, Cloudless. I prefer to do it alone, Jazz Cat, honestly. But if there's people around, I would prefer that they help. If that makes sense. Also, mint is fun to grow, says Taylor. Would you say that it's easy, Taylor? For somebody that hasn't had to take care of a plant before? talking plants, and not the industry kind. Mint is easy because it's kind of invasive. So when it's happy, it grows like no other. Interesting. And then I can put it in stuff. What if I put mint in my smoothie? Would that be okay? Would that be weird? It's about to get cold, and when it's cold, I do make a lot of tea, so that could be cool. I have all mine inside except for lavender. I love where it sounds. Oh. How much sun would mint need, you think, Taylor? Oh, so close. Oh, interesting. Why did you have to move them indoors, Lindsay? Interesting. Too cold. How cold is too cold? Smells like smoke in my room. Smells like smoke in my room. Okay, well, let me get to the bottom of these. Working coffee, says Mary. Never gotten a coffee, but I am a hard worker. Working tea, that's my jam. Thank you, Cyber, for posting the Discord. I appreciate it. Sick Nick. I didn't see you here. Welcome to Morning Medley. Number 254. Let's go ahead and knock out 254 sound. It's guitar feedback again. I don't. Okay, if sounds 200 through 500 are just guitar feedback, I think this series is gonna have to come to a very swift and sad close. Guitar feedback. Okay, so 251 was feedback guitar. Sorry. 251 was feedback guitar. 252 was feedback guitar 2. 253 was guitar harmonics, which I'm pretty fond of. 254 is just guitar feedback instead of feedback guitar. They're just rearranging the words at this point. Oh, whoa. Oh. Never mind. Okay, alright. Omni, calm down. I understand the difference now. It's feedback guitar is guitar, but it has feedback in it. Guitar feedback 254 is no guitar, it's only the feedback. Anywho. Well, I'm having like really weird deja vu, actually. It sounds like actual vanilla, says Innovate. Oh, interesting. I might have to remember this. I never use this keyboard for the production streams because there's no camera on it, and I don't like doing work off screen. For Friday anyway, for the Friday stream, I don't like doing work off screen, so I don't really do it. But maybe in a future stream. How many cameras can you hook up? How many cameras can you hook up to one instance of OBS? What is the limit here exactly? Anyways, Rem says that was the piano actually sounds like. Oh, interesting. I never worried about the quality so much of sorry. I never worried about the quality of the camera so much in the stream. As long as people could see me, that's all I was really concerned with. And so I feel like adding extra cameras would probably cause me to have to degrade the quality of each one, the resolution maybe. But it's not that big of a hit, right? Because even in the stream, I assume a good size, a sizable amount of you guys are looking at it on your phones or on a screen that's pretty small. So if I'm picture-in-picture, small square, even on an already small screen, it probably doesn't matter to you guys that much how crystal clear, if you guys can like see my pores or anything. But maybe I'll try a third camera. I don't know. I gotta talk to some people. You know. Actually, watching on my TV in your great quality, says Sick Nick. That's the phone. Right now, that's the phone. The phone's doing that. That's part of whatever. I don't know. We can talk about season 3 a little bit if you guys want. One of the main reasons of that I'm like in this weird place. Sorry, I gotta blow out this candle. There's a candle in there, and it's like I feel like I can't breathe. I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know. I think I'm done with candles. I think candles. It's it for me in candles. In high school, I briefly had like an incense phase, and that's over. I think I had a candle phase, and that's over. Whoa, what's happening? Whoa, sorry. This is bad. I wish I could like cut out half of the things that happen in the stream. Okay, I had an incense phase, that was trash. I had a candle phase, and I think I'm now realizing that was also trash. I think I'm on humidifiers now. I'm on like air diffusers, like putting essential oils in air diffuser. That's what I'm on right now. The candles are. It's over for candles. Candles are bathroom use only for me now at this point. Okay. Rem says. Sorry, not Rem. Oh, Jeff Lee says. I'm not sure, but probably I know electric organs are things. I think. I think. Guess what I learned last night? I actually want you to guess. Is it a song I made? Did you learn? Oh, is it not even a song? It's just a thing you learned? Did you learn how to, Did you learn how to, mix properly? I don't know. 253. 253. 253. 253. That would take more than one night, says Lindsay, but it's a song. Did you learn? Did you learn "Crash Through" by Nelward? Is it "Crash Through" or "Smash Through"? Crash Through. It's "Crash Through." Smash Through. It's "Crash Through." Did you learn that? Sorry. What? I mean, no, I could keep guessing some more. I could give. Hello. Gerard Woods. I've never seen Gerard spelled that way. I like it. Gerard Woods. Is this the first cover outside of the birthday song that you've done on stream? Don't count that. I would like to erase that from everybody's memory. I would like to erase it from everybody's memory once I actually play it. You know, I actually did learn how to play that at one point. I used to have a vlog, like a YouTube vlog. Not a good one. Not a good one. Like. Lindsay, tell me the song that you learned. I sing vlog. I mean, I didn't use the term vlog when I was making it. I had a series. Wow, I had a YouTube series that was not good. It was me. It was like me, like what's the word? It was me like explaining what I was doing in high school, like explaining my life in high school. A lot of the videos were very upsetting. I couldn't learn the whole thing since it's not finished, but Melancholy of a Trash Man. Oh! It's a fun song. Wow, you learned it fast. Yeah, I guess it technically isn't over. It technically isn't finished, but that's really cool. It's not. The more I look at that song when I'm playing it, like the placement of my hands. I hear, oh, maybe that can be the song that has ET in it. Gotta stop referring to it as ET. But congratulations, Lindsay. That's actually pretty cool. I think there's this. When you learned how to play that home song, that one. You learned how to play that in Sky. I was really confused because Sky. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of music in the world. Crow's still very firmly anti-ET. Anti-ET. I feel you and I hear you, Crow. The music. I briefly talked in this stream about frequency, amplitude, punkomatic, things that have music in them. Platforms that have the ability to perform / create music, to make sound. And what a lot of video games or platforms or whatever tools will do is they will lock you into a key. You know, what I have discovered now in like late stage music appreciation, these are keys. And so like if I was making a video game and in the video game you can play a piano or like in Sky you can play an instrument. It's like you tell the person, okay, you can play this chord, you can play this chord, you can play this chord, and you can hit all the right keys. And so if that person only can hit those things, it kind of makes it so that nothing sounds bad. And this is a lot of fun. Sometimes making things with constraints can be very cool. Constraints and restrictions are kind of essential to creation. I could talk about that later, but not now. And I think that as I became, I don't want to use the word better, as I became a more experienced musician, started experimenting with more things, I would find a lot of these tools maybe too limiting. For example, in frequency, you know, I would be remixing a song and I'm like, it kind of sucks that I can only jumble around the stems they already have in here. I would like to add my own thing. Or in Sky, I kind of wish the little piano that they allow you to buy. By the way, Sky is a video game, guys. It's like a mobile game. And in the mobile game, they allow you to buy little accessories. And one of the accessories is a keyboard, and you can actually play it. It brings up like a grid of notes that you can hit in real time and make music. However, the black keys do not exist in this on this instrument. That visually has black keys on it, like the item itself. But anyways, I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying, a long time ago, you know, like maybe 5-6 years ago, that wouldn't have been an issue. But now I think just about every song I make uses black keys at some point. I don't have any songs that only use the white keys. Um, I don't know how to do that anymore. I don't know how to do that and thoroughly enjoy the actual music that I'm playing. Ah da da dee, ah da da da, and I'm all around town with my bag of oranges. I have to prep watermelon today, guys. It's gonna be very, very exciting. Ah da da dee, say my baby, fantasy, fantasy, down, ah dee da dee. I don't know if anybody's played DDR, but DDR has this thing where when you're playing the arcade, well, I mean, even when you're playing the console version, usually there's a song that automatically loads. You know, it's like you get past the difficulty selection thing, and then it just pulls up the grid of songs. And anytime you're hovering over a song, it'll usually play a few seconds of that song. And my poor teenage arcade brain just every single one of those songs is like 8-second preview got like etched into my brain, and now sometimes I just hear them. And there's one that goes like da dee da dee, come on in now baby, fantasy, ba ba g ba ba dee da dee, ba da na 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 na, ba ba ba. And I don't even like that song. I don't even like that song, but for whatever DDR, it was like it would default to that song, and now that's all I can hear. Is that the name of the song, Cyber? I actually was thinking about if I could play MTM in Sky. I would be able to play it if there was 3 octaves instead of 2. Oh. I don't think that's 3-2-1 All Stars, is it? I get 3-2-1 All Stars and Cartoon Heroes sometimes confused in my head. Oh, you're just talking about favorite songs. Word up. That's a good song. Sick Nick. That's a good song. It's F major, says Lindsay. What is MTM? What's MTM? Mega. Melancholy Trash Man. Oh, we have an acronym for it now. Word up. I feel you, Lindsay. Darling, darling, please don't hit me, baby. Can't you see? Yes, Cyrus. Hi, Mary. Thanks, Cyber. Somehow, whenever I see DDR lyrics typed out, it's just like Jesus. It just looks so funny. I can't believe I was dancing to that. I'm not Porter Robinson, so I'm not going to say that DDR is the reason I make music. But what I will say is that DDR is the reason that I started thinking very critically about rhythms. DDR plus a lot of other things, but I remember being in being in Harkins. I don't know if you guys where you live have a Harkins. It's a theater. It's a movie theater thing. I think they're based actually in Arizona. So I don't know where else they exist, but there's Harkins everywhere in Arizona. And I remember going into Harkins because the DDR machine in Harkins was slightly cheaper than the one at the arcade. So what me and my friend Anthony would do is we would just go into Harkins, and there was this lady that worked there. Can't remember her name, sorry, but shouts out to you wherever you are. Hopefully you're still alive and well. She would let me and my friend Anthony come in to Harkins and just set up and play the DDR machine. And sometimes the manager would be really weird about it. They'd be like, no, you gotta buy a movie ticket. You can't just come in here. This isn't a freaking arcade. And the lady was like, yo, they're just kids. It's like, just let them do their thing. They're not gonna sneak into movies. They're good kids. And so we would just post up in Harkins, this movie theater, in like a corner, play DDR for like 6-7 hours before usually Anthony's mom would come grab us. And where was I going with the story? Oh yeah, yeah, so I spent a lot of time on DDR, and as I improved slowly, it was also nice because um, I would say movie theaters are a better place to improve at DDR than an arcade, or at least back when I was playing DDR at the arcades, because there was really good people at the arcade, and you kind of felt like if you weren't very good, you felt judged if you were playing, an easy song in front of all these pros. So yeah, I would get better in the movie theater. And when you're playing on the easier difficulty settings, it's like everything's kind of on a beat. It's like 4 floor, like all the arrows are kind of stepping to the beat. But then once you get into the harder stuff, it's actually teaching you a lot. Like, I know people can make the argument that like DDR is not actually dancing. Of course it's not. I'm not making that argument necessarily. But what I am making an argument for is that DDR can actually teach you a lot of things that are very important in dance. There's something called a rock step, which if there's anybody in the stream, which I want to hope at least out of 14 there's one of you guys that knows how to swing dance. There's a thing in swing dancing called a rock step. And for me, a human being with rhythm, the rock step is not a difficult thing to do. Swing dancing in general is not difficult to do. But when we were learning the swing step, I immediately thought of a specific technique that I used when playing DDR. And I was like, oh, that's not so bad at all. But a dance that I personally consider to be a little bit more difficult, but I'm not going to die on that hill, salsa dancing, has a lot more, I would say, fast and not specific, precise footwork than swing dancing does. And DDR actually made me a better swing dancer. I mean, salsa dancer. Not, I didn't play one to get better at the other thing, but I think if I never got good at DDR, salsa dancing would have proven more of a challenge for me. Cross foot behind was a tough move for me. Sick Nick, you're talking about the exact technique I'm talking about. Crossing the foot behind your body is a very, very important thing to know how to do in salsa dancing. And I've seen people fall down in salsa classes because they didn't really figure out how to do that. And since it's such a thing in DDR, and then since DDR you get so used to, like, you're not looking at the floor, you just kind of know. You have, like, it makes you very good at having spatial awareness, especially if you're playing with 8 arrows instead of just 4. And so having that, sometimes when you're dancing and you know there's people dancing around you, it gives you this really good, like, you know what your foot zone is. You're not going to be accidentally stepping on people's feet and, like, tripping up over yourself. DDR was really good at that. So thank you, Bamani, for making me a better salsa dancer. I'm not a huge fan of DDR because it's too precise. That's why I like Dance Rush more, says Umbe. Very valid complaint. DDR is very precise. You got to be pretty, like, you got to be pop, 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 pop. You can't really be too far off. I'm not going to say that's what I liked about it. I'm going to say that just didn't bother me. Also, when I started playing DDR, I'm pretty sure Dance Rush didn't exist. So it wasn't like I had an option, Umbe. The only dance I know is Free Step in Melbourne Hard Shuffle. Who said that? Funked. the Melbourne Hard Shuffle. Okay, that's what didn't bother you about it. I also know how to sponge. Whoa! Oh crap! We're counting SpongeBob. Knowledge is free, everybody. Okay, here's a hard question in my opinion, says Lindsay. Do you think rhythm is something that people naturally have or lack? I, Lindsay, don't think anybody naturally has anything. No. Easy cop-out answer, but I'll answer actually. I grew up thinking that rhythm was a thing that we naturally had. Then meeting people that just did not have it, I do think that rhythm is very common, but I think that rhythm is not in everybody. It's not natural. Hi, Liana. Oh, wait, back up, because I'm actually answering a question you didn't ask. You're asking if I think it's natural. I do think that rhythm is natural. I don't think it occurs in everyone, but I do think it naturally occurs as like a seed that can be nurtured, right? Like I like to think of myself as a rhythmic being, but it's hard because I spent enough time around music. I played DDR, I took like salsa classes and stuff like that, and I have to make music, so understanding certain rhythms comes a little faster to me than they would maybe to somebody that didn't have those experiences. Maybe rhythm comes so easily to me. Like I know there's a lot of like, oh, the closer to the equator you are, the more rhythm you have. I even myself made that joke. I think like 2 days ago in a stream, where I was like, the closer to the equator you are, the spicier your food is, and the more rhythm you have. And like I was mostly making a joke, but I think that I mean, a lot of spices grow in warmer climates. Peppers and things like this. I mean, a lot of. eh, Anyways, point is like certain things that grow in the equator. It makes sense that the people would have maybe a little spicier, more flavorful food. As far as the rhythm thing, I don't know. Maybe it's the sun. Maybe a lot of sunlight makes people more. No, I don't know. Now I'm getting into weird stuff here. I just do feel like there is obviously a stereotype where it's like, oh, black people can all dance, or black people have rhythm and white people don't. This isn't something I'm saying. This is just a thing that exists in the ether of like social stereotypes. That is a thing. I think that I know plenty of people with rhythm of all colors and ages and shapes and sizes, and I think that people, because like, wow, this is actually a really good question. I think that rhythm, sometimes people minimize rhythm to being dancing. Rhythm isn't just dancing. There's a rhythm to everything. There's a rhythm to talking. There's a rhythm to walking. There's a rhythm to driving. Lots of things take rhythm, and I think that on that base founding level, all humans are pretty rhythmic. Like humans usually look for patterns. Rhythm is just pattern. People look for patterns. People operate by patterns. People have a rhythm. There's like the whole like circadian rhythm is a thing, and that's just like your kind of like day night sleep rest energy expense cycle. That is a rhythm. We all at our core are rhythmic people, but when it comes to dancing, that maybe is a little bit more specific. um, it's a little bit more specific, and it's something that needs to be fostered by the outside. I don't think anybody can just like dance a bunch in a vacuum where they're not hearing rhythmic beats and seeing people move to them, you know. That's what I think. I'm probably wrong, but I do think that rhythm is more than just dance. Rhythm is patterns, and I think we're very pattern friendly beings. I think everything is, right. Everything that's alive looks for patterns. Um, Sometimes you can identify them. For example, right now my sleep schedule is so out of whack, um, and some people don't know how to clap on the twos and fours. Some people at my shows, when they start clapping on the ones and threes. Doesn't make sense to me, but um, makes sense to somebody. And then there's some people that just don't clap on any beat. They clap on a beat that they're hearing that I'm just not hearing. So I don't know. Maybe they do have rhythm. It's just not the one I'm hearing. Anyways, Buzz Buzz, good morning to you. Uh, I can vouch for Lindsay's dance skills and prowess. She's dope, says Cyber. Word. Everybody in this stream can probably dance. They're clapping on the drunk beat, says Sick Nick. I used to not get upset when people clapped on the ones and threes. I didn't even really know what that meant. When people were like, ew, white people clap on the ones and threes. I don't know what's wrong with them. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Why does it matter? As long as people are clapping on beat, who cares if it's the 1 or the 3 or the 4 or the 7 if you're working with a weird time signature. But then I had to play shows and people would clap on the ones and threes. And it definitely like, I was like, oh. I wanted to like pause the track and then hit play. Like I wanted to pause it for a quarter of a measure just so that people would clap where I felt the clap was supposed to go. Clapping on the ones and threes. Ugh, heaven help me. Their ears don't like that. Math, says Sick Nick. Maybe not. I gotta say, it's so irritating when someone tries to drum to a song and they're just not hitting it right. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Liana. I've been there. There is actually I used to have a band called Captain of the Sun. I actually shared a video of me playing in Captain of the Sun in the stream at one point. But anyways, I was in a band called Captain of the Sun, And there was only two principal members of the band, and we would often work with session drummers and session bass players who would just learn the parts and play with us live. And there was one drummer by the name of something Hahn. I can't remember what his first, Chris Hahn maybe? Chris Hahn or like Drew Hahn? It was something Hahn. Anyways, he was a wild drummer, and it was like I thought it was funny because at that point in my life I wasn't necessarily taking music seriously. I thought it was supposed to be fun. My singer would get sometimes pretty upset with him, and it was because he would like speed up and slow down at random times, and he would also like there were some songs that would start with guitar, and it's like Nick, my guitarist and singer, would like set the BPM, and he had a delay pedal, so it wasn't like something he could change on the fly. Like when you have a delay pedal, by the way, guys, it is set to a specific BPM. So the echo, like for example, this echo, it's like I can't change that. It's set. And so if the drummer starts playing on a weird time signature, the whole song falls apart. And I would be like actually laughing out loud on stage. Like nobody could hear me laughing. You could see me laughing. I would just be laughing and like making eye contact with everybody in the band and seeing like my like singer like stress out and like get like really uncomfortable and trying to find where the drummer was. And I was just kind of like, whatever, man. Like this is fun. But I can see now in hindsight how awful that must have been for him. I clap on whatever the song leans on most as an instrument. Fascinating, Ube. I think you're not alone in this, but that is really interesting. Clap on whatever the song leans on most as an instrument. I clap on the twos and fours. Sometimes, wait. Sometimes, there's some songs where you only clap on the four. Bless those songs. I think I have a song like that in the stream right now. No, that's twos and fours still. I might put a. Oh, that's sick. What BPM is that? Ooh, tomorrow's gonna be fun. I got ideas. Okay. Anyways, 7 out of 10 times the crowd claps. It's awkward. AF says, yeah, it's usually pretty bad. It's usually pretty bad. I don't encourage the crowd to clap. I'm never the one that is like wiggling in front of my keyboard and going, "Come on, guys! Like, come on, come up, get closer to the stage. What are you guys doing way back there? I see you. What are you doing standing by the bar? You can drink up here too." Like, I'm not the person like super engaging the crowd. There have been times where the crowd will do their own thing and sometimes choose to clap to a specific song. Doesn't bother me. Sometimes it can be very encouraging. I don't want to show too much here, but sometimes there are certain types of crowd participation that can make or break a show for me. Yeah, I had a really cool experience when I played a show in Osaka. The crowd did something very specifically participating with the song, and I was like, "This is cool. I feel good." It was like I was receiving buffs from a mage somewhere. You know anyone in your close circle that can just not clap or snap on beat? Says Lindsay. It's hard because all of my friends are musicians, so I'm gonna say no. But I have known people in the past who just don't have rhythm, who don't have like musical rhythm, and so they can't do things on beat. That's always been kind of fun. My mom snaps on the offbeat. I wish I didn't make my brain break. I gotta know what the offbeat is for. Wait. Ooh, I mean, is your mom a bebop musician? Is your mom like into bebop jazz? Because I can see that being pretty sick. If you were like listening to like some Thelonious Monk, I could see somebody doing like on the offbeat. That can be cool if it's like swing time maybe. But that could be cool. Oh, like Blueface off the beat, not like calculated off the beat. Never mind. You mean off the beat. Yeah, not off beat. My bad. Okay, never mind. I take back what I said about bebop musicians. I got shots yesterday. Now my arm is super duper sore. Oh, shots. I got a shot. I also had blood. I think I told that story in the stream, where the lady like she just couldn't. She like couldn't find my vein or whatever, which is weird because I'm looking at the monitor and I can find my veins. But anyways, she like messed up and I was bleeding all over the place. It was a nightmare. And my arm was sore, but it was sore I think mostly from the flu shot, not from getting blood taken. Goodbye, Mob. Have a good day at work, please. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope to see you tomorrow. And 255. 255. 255. That's the old that's the first three digits of my phone number before I moved to LA and changed my number. Um, but have a good day at work. If this virus never existed, what do you think you would be doing right now? What is it? It's August? No, whoa, sorry, it's October. I'd be right here. Um, I'd probably be getting ready for a fall show, like a show somewhere. Maybe it would be going up to Canada or something like that. But I wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be gone right now. Wait, we're in November. Oh my god. Yeah, I'd definitely be home. I would definitely be home. I mean, I would have done a lot more this year, but usually around November, December rim. And wait, no, who asked this? Oh, it was Rim. Rim, usually around November, December, I'm just kind of in LA anyway, just like chilling. Because like it's getting close to the holidays and I don't want to like play shows or sell merch or anything. I kind of usually choose this time to lay low and be really quiet. Um, Now, if you asked that question during the summer, my answer would have been a little bit different. Just a little bit. Hmm. Oh, guys, I beat Need for Speed Payback yesterday. It was actually pretty chill. I mean, it was basically just like Fast and Furious in the game, and I do love Fast and Furious, so that was cool. I think I'm done with it. I think I can go ahead and delete it now. God, I game so differently now. Gaming ain't the same, man. Gaming ain't the same. It's just not the same no more. I still haven't beat What Tom, but where did I go yesterday? Oh, I went up to the mountains yesterday. I went up to the mountains yesterday, guys, and I felt like America's Next Top Model. Well, I felt like a contestant on America's Next Top Model. You ever play Minecraft? Never, actually. I technically played a show in Minecraft for like a Minecraft-based event, but I've never like played the game. Um, Leon says, "How was the mountains? The mountains were cool. It was cool. They're not. It's not really like a big trip. For those of you guys that have been to LA, like you guys have seen that like that photo of LA that people hate looking at. Wait, hold on. I gotta link this photo in the. I gotta link this photo in the chat because it is funny to me. Um, Oh man, tomorrow's stream is gonna be fun. If I have the same energy tomorrow, which I mean, knowing me, I probably won't. But if I have the same energy tomorrow, tomorrow's stream is gonna be marvelous. Do 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 do. Sorry, I'm not looking at the I'm not looking at the chat. If somebody's saying something awful, you can't see it, guys. I can't see it right now. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. How do I get this photo? I wish I could just like post photos in the stream like it was Discord. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, I went into the mountains just because like a homie of mine who I haven't seen in a really long time, like, and I don't even mean like COVID long time, like I haven't seen this dude since like 2016, late 16. Yeah, that's wild. Oh my god. You stupid. I swear to God. I swear to God. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I hate websites now. I never thought I would be this person, but I am now the person that hates websites. Oh, that's such a good photo. Has anybody seen Rumble in the Bronx? Ah, that's right. I got you. I got you. Oh my God. The link's too big. The link's too big. Oh my God, the link's actually too big. Hold on, guys. Hold. Hold. I hate it here. Remember that line, guys? Remember that one? Remember Jaden Smith hating it here? Ugh. The things. The things. Okay, so. Bye. Bye, Slick. Slick? Slick Nick. Bye, Slick Nick. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode of Morning Medley. I remember that line all year. That's Lindsay. Yeah, that's fair. I think web design got worse lately. Thank you, Liana. I'm not a web designer, but I just feel like websites. I don't know if it's just the intrusive ads or that every like news base, like the New York Times, is like subscribe to read more. Like I don't know what happened, but like websites suck now. Like it's so rarely a good time. Anyways, the reason I put that that's Japan. I like that joke, Cyber. Okay, so that's downtown Los Angeles. Um, the mountains aren't that close. So that's Los Angeles. Yeah, I didn't know LA mountains have snow on them. They do have snow on them. So is this a lie? This is not a lie. So those mountains that you see behind. So if you're looking at downtown, um, to get from the buildings, this is fun actually. To get from those buildings to the snowy mountains you're looking at would take no traffic 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. I live though I live in the halfway point between those buildings and the mountain. So if you're looking at that photo, there's like a hill first, like a tiny baby mountain, and then there's like a valley, and then there's the big snowy mountains back. I live on the other side of that grassy, hilly mountain. So usually when I go to downtown, that's why I take the train or the subway to get in. And so I think that a lot of people think of LA as like, oh, beaches and palm trees, which those do exist, but they don't really think about snowy mountains, which very much do exist. And there is that kind of like, a lot of people say that LA joke where it's like, you can go skiing and surfing in the same day, which is true if there wasn't traffic. But there is traffic, so it's probably not going to be a realistic thing. Also, who would want to do that? Why did I bring this up? Oh, I brought this up because those were the mountains that I went to yesterday. I go to those mountains pretty often. I just don't really take photos when I go up there. Sometimes I don't even take my phone up there. I'll usually leave my phone here and I'll just drive up there and then I'll walk around randomly. There was a little while back where I was posting like some videos and photos because I found a little stream and I was like following the stream down the mountain, seeing where it went. There's sometimes where I'll post videos or photos, but usually I just like make a little snack and I'll go up to the mountains and like sit somewhere because it's really quiet. And in LA, as you guys have seen from my stream, it's just kind of never quiet. There's always I can hear a police siren right now. There's like always something. And so sometimes I'll just go, Cali is not flat. Right, Cali is extremely not flat. People go skiing on those mountains? Why is that so surprising? I don't know. Lindsay? I don't know why that's surprising. There is a ski resort up there. Bum, 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 bum. Umbay says 30 minutes sounds about right. Cali is flat. Whoa. That's such a wild statement. That's such a wild statement. I'm not going to touch that one. There are times where I wish Cali was flat. I mean, if Cali were flat, you would be able to see my apartment from that photo, but there's a giant hill in the way. like it's like whatever. I don't need to get into it, but that's not my point. All of this is beside my point. My point is that those are the mountains that I went up to yesterday, and the homie is a photographer, and he was like, "Oh, we should just go up and like shoot some photos." And I was like, "I mean, I got nothing going on. Technically, I had work to do, but I was like, I got nothing going on." And so I went up to the mountains with him, just like walked around, like kicked stuff, and looked at animals. Some dangerous, some not so dangerous. And then he was like, "Oh, this will be a pretty cool photo." And he was like, "Lay in this you should like lay in this like grass stuff." And I was like, "This is sick." And I did it. And while I was doing it, it was extremely uncomfortable. It's very sharp, and there's a lot of bugs because it's the mountains. And as I was doing it, I was like, a few things occurred to me while I was laying on the floor while someone was taking photos. I was like, well, the first thing that occurred to me is, wow, there really are a lot of bugs. The second thing that occurred to me is, I don't know that I don't know that I would like to go camping with people. But also, if you go camping alone and you die or come up missing, like that's a no-no, right? That's a big no-no. Anyway, so that's the second thing that occurred to me. The third thing that occurred to me is like, I remember watching early episodes of America's Next Top Model back before I knew what I was doing. I think it was on UPN or whatever, and there was just nothing better to watch. So I remember like eating Papa John's and looking at America's Next Top Model, and there was always a moment where like the model would be incredibly uncomfortable. They were like freezing cold and they were shivering, and Tyra was like, "Stop shivering!" Or they were like lighting, like I don't know, like they had like doused them in oil and were lighting them on fire, and the girls were like, she's like, "What are you doing?" They have to get the photo. They have to get a good photo. Can you just pretend to be comfortable for like 30 seconds? You can cry later. And I was like laying in there, and the flies and the bugs are crawling and buzzing, and things are stabbing me, and I was like, wow, I don't know that I could be a model. I don't know that I could be a model either. There's coyotes up there, Isidora, but to be honest, Isidora, I don't need to go into the mountains to see coyotes because coyotes come down here and eat my garbage all the time. There's lots of coyotes and raccoons that come down into. That's the one. I mean, I guess it depends. To me, it doesn't bother me, but if you don't like coyotes, that's the one bad thing about living in LA, like outside of the super urban sprawl. Like you guys have seen my cul-de-sac. Like when I go downstairs, it's like children playing. It's not like an urban. It's not super urban. I do have to take the train, 5 stops to get into like big buildings, and I can't see anything. And so, a lot of coyotes. Not a lot, just more than most people have to deal with for sure. The amount of body awareness you have to have, the face control. Yeah, I could never do it, Lindsay. I could never do it. Realizations. There was no snails though, Isidora. Too dry for snails up there right now, at least. At least right now. But I am going to go up there and like I want to go up there and make something. I mean, I did go up there and I was like shooting those videos, a few months ago, but I think once it starts snowing, I might go up there and like chill. I so badly want to like go into the forest, like set up a little thing and just sit and maybe read a book. What's happening to me? That does not sound like a good time, but to me, all I want to do is go into the forest, put down a blanket, and read like Crime and Punishment again. Or like read something new. Don't read the same book. What haven't I read? What haven't I read? The Bible. I'll read the Bible in the forest. They do have a bear on the flag, says Owen Bay. Yes, we do have bears here. I've only seen one bear in my entire life in California. It was when I went into the forest. It was not scary. It was pretty far away. It wasn't close. And it was on the other side of a body of water. I've never had to run from a bear, but I feel like if it did give chase, I think I would have a good... It would still get me probably, but I like my odds. It'd probably get like a good like 400 meters maybe before Homie got me. Coyotes. Oh. Um. Okay. Why doesn't that sound like a good time, says Lindsay? I don't know. It just doesn't sound like something that I would have liked to have done like 6 months ago. Minus the Bible part. Oh my God, that was that was the guts of the good time. The scripture. Carla. Hello, Carla. I don't know why I had to get that close to the screen. I'm sorry. Confession. I read the Bible every time I go to a hotel. Hey, me too, Umbe. Me too. It started off as a joke, and I guess it still kind of is a joke for me. Usually, when I check into a hotel, I always check the drawer to see if there's a Bible in there, and usually I'll take it out and I'll like say some stuff, and I'll do like, oh no, this could get offensive. I'm gonna skip over this. Anyways, I sometimes read the Bible in hotels and like do a bit, but anywho, we're rounding what 10:40. There's not too much of this. There's not too much of this stream left anyway. But that's cool. Umbe, you are not alone. Do those sound like city pop chords to you guys at all? No, sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna move it to a different key maybe because I already have that one song in there. How about there? How about? Why does this sound off? Oh, because it's supposed to be here. How about that? Uh, I don't like that. I'll work on that later. I'll work on it tomorrow. It sounds like City Pop, says Cyber. Ooh, you can't just shake those shoulders in City Pop. City Pop rhythms and call it City Pop. It's City Pop if it wasn't generic and synth sounding, maybe. Holy crap. Umbi's coming for the neck. Is there. It's there in your mind. Yeah, I'll get it out. I'll get it out eventually. Oh crap. I can't make city pop because the chords just make me into sad jazz mode. Well, city pop chords are sad jazz. That's fine. Don't overthink it, Umbe. Don't overthink it. Yo, disco music's fun. Just let the 80s go. Die, guys, says Liana. Ooh, I like Liana. I like Liana's takes on most things. Maybe all things? I think we might be disagreed on Clamp once, or I don't know. It's been so long ago, I barely remember. Lindsay says, talking about the mountains makes you want to travel even more. Are there no mountains where you live, Lindsay? Just drive to them. They can't be more than 20 minutes away, right? Umbi says, time to bring back the 20s. It's swing time. You're absolutely right, Umbe. They've been gone for 100 years and nobody talks about swing music anymore. Bring back the Roaring Twenties. I can't wait to see what we call this version of the 20s. I'm going for the destructive 20s or the divisive 20s. The divisive 20s is pretty good. It's pretty good, I must say, but I guess we can't really name it until we get into like the 30s or 40s, right? Until we get enough distance away from this where not everybody's angry all the time. Um, that was the that was the other piece of Leon. Leon, you gotta keep up. Time moves fast here. Has anybody played Shenmue? Does anybody know what I'm saying right now? Shenmue 1 had a really, really good theme song. We started to say the decisive 20s. Like it's a thing that'll spread. Oh, the decisive? Ooh, that might be better than mine. It's more positive. Decision. Decision 2020. Decision 2016. Did I tell you guys that online there's this. Oh, this is way too convoluted. I don't really want to get into it, but line and on the line messaging app, you can like follow brands or talk to brands, and if you message NBC, it'll say message us for updates on Decision 2016, and it gives you live updates of the Hillary versus Trump election. It gives you live updates 4 years later. It's weird. It's like it sends me messages like, here's what the polls are showing here. Like we're still collecting, we're still collecting the ballots in Michigan, and it's so weird and dystopian. How first of all it's broken because I think that Line NBC gave up. They were like, there's nobody on Line and Friends that cares about NBC News, but it's kind of weird and dystopian how similarly things are. I do feel like I'm in a Groundhog's Day scenario. Um. Ooh, whoa, hold on. Hmm. I'm just reading what Cyber's saying about Japan. Are the songs specific to your own songs? Rem says, are the songs specific to your own songs? What are you saying? What are you saying, Rem? I'm lost. Um. Hmm. I actually Are the songs specific to your own songs? Are the songs specific to your own songs? The songs we can ask you to play on the piano, are they specific to your own? Yes, they are specific to my own. Sorry, Rem. It was a good question. I got lost. My brain slipped. Um, Liana and Cyber, I was actually just talking about that last week. I was just talking about how the really funny thing about. Well, I wasn't talking specifically about City Pop and how it was trying to sound like American disco, but I was talking more so about how things get lost, right? Like, things get lost. Like disco happens, and then Japan hops on it a little bit late, and then makes basically disco music in the 80s. I'm not saying that city pop and disco are exactly the same. I'm saying that is where its seed was. But then you look over at France, and France also loved disco and made their own like French disco stuff, also a little bit late, but it didn't sound anything like city pop at all. They were listening to the same exact source material and coming up with a completely different genre on their own. And it's cool because other people will be like, oh, I'm super inspired by new disco, which is a French thing. Or they'll say, I'm super inspired by city pop, which is a Japanese thing. But they themselves don't listen to disco or don't really care for disco. They're like, I don't really like that. It's just funny how things get like taken and plopped into different decades, and they can essentially be the same thing. Like I would argue that all of the things I like about city pop actually exist in disco music. So the two are the same to me. In that, like, I can listen to. I don't ever want to hear Plastic Love again in my entire life, by the way. But I could hear something like, what's another big city pop, like, Tired track? I could listen to um, Ride on Time. I could listen to Ride on Time and go, like, this is sick. And then I could also listen to something like Sister Sledge and go, this is sick. Like, we also had disco ballads, you know, like Donna Summers didn't just not exist. And so it's, I can listen to them both and get the same level of um, inspiration and information from them. New disco, little different though. New disco had. Does anybody here like new disco? Does anybody like Breakbot in here? Does anybody like that specific sound? Because I would even argue that the song I thought I had it all together. What song is that? What's that song is that? It's a Breakbot song. Anyways, it features Irfane. I don't care if the point is there's a Breakbot song, and there was actually a legal battle between that song and a Bruno Mars song that came out years later that sounds exactly the same. And there's a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes in that litigation that led a lot of us to believe that Bruno Mars had heard that Breakbot song and had taken direct inspiration from it. And it's funny because a lot of people listen to Bruno Mars and go like, this is funk, this is disco. But that song in particular was inspired by and kind of wholesale grabbed from a new disco track, which is a French like permutation of disco, not even like classic American disco music. It's really interesting how like, you know, inspirations and influences like circle back on themselves like a weird snake. Indeed, Cyber, new disco, which I'm sure that happens. Discos, as much as I love disco music, I don't actually think I would have had a good time in most discos. From the stories I hear from people that are significantly older than me and a lot of the videos I see, they seem like there was a lot of like stuff happening. You know, it's like EDC. Like I don't like EDC for the same reason I probably wouldn't have enjoyed existing inside of a disco. I've heard some disco in passing, but it's not really into it, says Umbe. Or you're not. I'm gonna say I'm not really into it. It's called Baby I'm Yours. Thank you, Umbe. Yeah. Yeah. Stripping disco to its core, sure, gently, sure. Yeah, I love disco. I mean, I never will disparage somebody for not liking it, especially if they were alive when it was. I wasn't like alive for disco, so a lot of my disco love is weird retroactive stuff. You know, like I wasn't here for it, but I love that music, and I like it for what it's socially represented. There's a lot of like really cool. Just like really dope inspirational black musicians and like that disco sound, also in funk music. So like disco and funk and the blending of the two were like huge for me and still are. Like a lot of people that really love like Pharrell, you're hearing like a permutation of a lot of that disco funk, just like in a modern scope. Same thing with Bruno Mars. Same thing with the list goes on. Anyways, by that logic, everyone's love of city pop is also weird and retroactive. I would argue that. I will die on that hill, Cyber. I think their love of city pop is weird. I think anybody that likes city pop is weird. Everybody that's playing Plastic Love for like the 9 millionth time, you're weird. I don't know what you're doing. Anybody who's uploading Plastic Love to Spotify as their own track and profiting off of that, you're weird too. That shouldn't be happening. Nostalgia for a time you never lived. I think that's in the dictionary of obscure sorrows. Does anybody else know that? The dictionary of obscure sorrows. That was such a good time. I don't have time to get into it now, but if you are curious about like I don't know, Google that or YouTube that. I fell into a deep depression when I found those videos, and boy was that a wild ride. 2017 was the worst time, I think, to be me. If somebody was like, I really want a body swap, I want a Captain Ginyu Omniboy, I would say 2017 would be the worst time for you to do that. Look at Josiah. It was a joke, Josiah. I wasn't being serious. I wasn't being serious. I wasn't being serious. If you like City Pop, you're not weird. You're not weird, and your tastes are not retroactive. Well, I think your tastes are probably still kind of retroactive, but I think weird sounds mean, and so I'll take that. I'll take that back. Lindsay says already said. Crap. Well, I was saying something. I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, 2017 would be the worst time, and I have very vivid memories of 2017. Usually, when things are really bad, I can remember them better than when they're good. It's a problem I need to fix. But 2017 to me was Seinfeld, because I had never seen an episode of Seinfeld, so I watched all of Seinfeld in a very short amount of time. I had also never played Final Fantasy 15, and I ran through that entire game pretty quickly. I also had never heard of Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, but then I watched every YouTube video of every word very quickly. I'd also never heard of Vsauce, and I watched every Vsauce video to date at the time, 2017. I became very familiar. There was like a lot of things that, like when I get sad, when most people get sad, I'm not special. When most people get sad, you just burn through things, and I burned through so many things in 2017. And I'm not even talking about the full year. I'm just talking about like the first half, because then the second half things started picking up for me a little bit. K-Mac here. It says Carson McQueen. Wow, what a beautiful name. Holy crap. Carson McQueen? That's a celebrity name. Cyberpunk 2017. I wish. Guys, I'm officially at the phase in my life where I can't get mad at things being delayed. I think whenever somebody's like, hey, it's going to be a little bit longer for that thing, whether it's a movie, a video game, a meal, a book, a bus, a train, I'm officially no longer impatient for basically anything, as long as I don't have to pee at this point. There's a weird theory I ran across a cyber. I ran across the net the other. Conspiracy theory. Okay. Let's see that the world actually ended in 2012 and that everything now is because of alternate reality. Oh, like the Matrix. All stirring back to that Hadron Collider. I actually don't know how to. Well, Cyber, I'm sorry. Okay. I actually don't know what that thing does. I know it makes particles move really fast or whatever. I don't know why we built it. Are we trying to make a black hole? Are we trying to make maybe that's what will cure COVID. The Hadron Collider. Didn't they just test make many black holes this past month? I think they did that a while ago. It makes particles collide with each other for reasons. For black holes, I think. I think if we could make a black hole, and we could stabilize it, and then we could just throw all of the garbage in it. We could, like, throw all of the pollution in it, guys. All of the smog, all of those little things that hold the six-pack of sodies together, we can throw those in the black hole. We can throw floss picks in the black hole. We can throw rubber tires in the black hole, which apparently take a very long time to break down environmentally, if they ever do. And then we can throw I almost made a joke about throwing cats in the black hole, but they could stay. We force micro black holes to exist at time scales so small we can barely comprehend them, says Umbe. Thank you, Umbe, for this. To break down atoms, that's how they confirm the Higgs. Ooh, just like in Death Stranding. I hate that I played that game, loved that game, got super engaged in that game, and then just never talk about it anymore. We never talk about Death Stranding anymore, guys. It is 11 o'clock. Guys, I have a few releases out. Signals, House of Omni, Tall Tales, Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Daydream, Lush Dream, Quick Breath, and Ego Death. These are all music releases, whole projects with several songs on them. You can find them on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. Here on YouTube, I also have some YouTube exclusives. Check those out. I have them organized into some neat little playlists. One of them is called Quarantunes, if you haven't heard those yet. And I know everybody in this stream has not heard Quarantunes. Please listen to it. It was my passion project. Death Stranding is a nice story, says Cyber. It is. It is. I actually really enjoyed Death Stranding. It was literally made for Americans, says Josiah. Oh, was it? I'm an American. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. I'm surprised I enjoyed it. You ever look back on something? You ever look back at like your ex and you go, why was I there exactly? And even though you know there was good things in it, and you remember the good times, you just look at them and you're like, gross. There are times when I look at Death Stranding and I look at the map and the gameplay and I'm like, that game looks boring as heck. But there was just so many times where I was so like, that game did something very cool. It made some pretty mundane things very like gripping and stressful. Wow, what a game. Anyways, Money Talks was really good, says Rem. Thank you, Rem. Thank you for listening to Quarantunes. I do appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to do that, even if that was the only one you heard. Sokana's heard a few. Thank you, Sokana. I appreciate you for your time as well. Jeff Lee says, if we had to access black holes for disposal, we would probably make a death penalty or something and abuse it. Well, yeah, Jeff Lee, of course. We have to abuse everything. But the point is, we could use it to get rid of the garbage. We could use it to... Oh, man, why am I so mean today? I almost mentioned putting a specific artist's entire catalog in the black hole. Some people's catalogs can go in the black hole. That would be pretty cool. That would be so cool. A household black hole. Instead of having garbage, you just had like a little closet with like an abyss inside of it, and you would just toss stuff in there. That'd be pretty cool. Can we use it to get rid of carbon in the atmosphere? Thank you, says Liana. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get rid of all the bad stuff. Carbon, mustard, sauerkraut, everything that exists would be sucked, says Ram. Well, everything that exists right now kind of sucks already. So let it be sucked away. Guys, tomorrow is the production stream. If this weather keeps up, it's going to be an amazing stream. Because sometimes I get really hot sitting there working on music. If you did have any sample stuff, again, the Discord server for samples still exists. I always go through the night before and download a bunch of stuff. I think I had all the stuff, and then I just got so sucked into what I was working on that I didn't end up accessing most of them last stream. So I do apologize for that. We're going to make up for that in this coming stream. Household black holes will make it easier to murder people, says Jevly. I love where your mind's at, Jevly. I love where your brain goes. I love it. Is it murder, though? We don't know what happens to people when they go into... Well, don't they get crushed? I guess it is murder. Tomorrow, it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a 6-hour-long stream. Last week, I did go like almost a whole hour extra, I think. I apologize for that. I'm not going to make that a regular thing. And I do want to say, when I talk about improvements for Season 3, guys, I'm gonna revisit the ambient track. I was able to stay the whole time this time. Oh, word up. Yeah, I probably will revisit it, Lindsay. Plenty of things need to be done on that track and several others. Um, I think I think when I talked about season three suggestions, guys, a lot of people thought that I was only talking about this iteration of Morning Medley, but I was also including Friday's stream, the production stream. I realized that the production is a little bit higher, so the sound quality is a little bit better. I went ahead and bought the LAN cord so that the connection is as good as it can be. I mean, I can't make the internet good. All I can do is improve my connection to the router, but I can't do anything about Spectrum. So the internet's going to be whack for a lot of times. But I did what I could to make that a little bit better. But if you have suggestions on why that sucks, why the Friday stream sucks, and you want to try to get improvements on that, I that's not, that's also part of this conversation because that also will exist in season three. So if you have any suggestions for that, it can also go there. What? There are seasons? Dope, says Sokana. I mean, not really, but it helps me if I refer to them as seasons. Every 100 episodes is like a season. And 100 through 200 was one. And 200 through 300 is going to be season 2. And 300 and beyond will be season 3. So this week I've been taking, I've been hearing people's comments and suggestions. I even have a Google Doc for them on things that they don't necessarily like about the Morning Medley stream and ways to improve it. We ended up getting kind of into a longer conversation about how, how there's that like the delta of productivity where things are like you can get like fast and cheap, but it won't be good, or it'll be like fast and good, but it won't be cheap, or it'll be cheap and good, but it won't be fast. Anyways, there's like the delta of productivity. I think that kind of exists in the same way with the production, with the stream, with the Morning Medley, where it's like it can be very, very nice and good looking, but it won't be as frequent. I guess it's not really a triangle. It's kind of just it's a line, isn't it? It's like we can go quality or quantity, and right now there's quite a bit of streams, and the streams are pretty long, and I'm attentive to them. But I think that if as the quality gets higher, the stream frequency will dip. In the same vein that like the Friday production stream, I don't do that every day. That is like a once a week thing. So just take those things, all the things I'm saying, and put them in the back of your head wherever you store, I don't know, all of your ex's birthdays. Just put it back there. Don't worry about it too much right now because we still have several weeks to get through before we start season 3. But I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that the Friday stream is not exempt from this conversation. Also, if there's something in the Friday stream that you don't necessarily like or that you think could be better for you, not necessarily for me, because this is more so, the suggestions are more so about you, and then it's up to me to kind of like find the compromise or just throw it out because I'm a meanie. But it's what would make it better for you is what I'm asking. So, I think that's all of the news. Rem says for reasons 3 for season 3, for season 3, maybe you could make a project where every day you could do a song you have made. In piano, for example, today we're going to do Signals instead of until the season ends, or you do all the songs. You could, for every day you could do a song you have made in piano. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a song that I've made and produced, make a piano version of it. That could be cool. And that is something that I started doing, but since there was no schedule to it, it isn't something that shows up a lot. So that could also be, well, let me go ahead and add that actually while I have my thing up. And the kind of cool thing, sorry, so that photo of LA open up. I might go to the mountains again this weekend, guys. That stuff is healing. And I'm not even the type of person that talks like that. I don't be saying stuff like that. Who said that? Let me just copy and paste your whole thing so I don't have to type it out in my own words. Every day seems ambitious. What about every week? If I'm adapting a song to piano, that is. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I can space it out. The suggestion itself is very good, though. There is this thing that I do where I'll have a lot of stuff. I'll have like a lot of apples. Let's go analogy mode. I'll have a lot of apples, and instead of eating an apple a day, what I usually try to do is eat all of the apples in one day. I get sick of them, and then I don't eat the rest, and then they spoil. Wow, this is a good analogy. Anyways, that's actually how I do treat fruit. I'll usually buy a bunch of fruit, and then I'll just like gorge myself on fruit for a while, and then I'll be like, I don't feel like eating it. I ate like 5 yesterday, and then they spoil, they go bad. And it would be better if I just ate one a day. So there are a lot of things in this stream, right? Like I could go through all of the sounds on this piano and mess around, but Cyber has directed to do one sound a stream, and it actually works out because there's so many sounds on this keyboard that I can do one a day and one a stream and not run out for quite some time because there's hundreds. Another thing is like I have a bunch of bow ties, but usually instead of working my way through them one at a time, I kind of have bow ties that are like reoccurring, where like it's a show, this one goes with this outfit, so I kind of wear the same, even though I have like over 40 bow ties. I kind of will wear the same 12, seem to appear more often, when I could space them out better if I just wore a different one each time. Same thing also happens with these streams. So if I wanted to do, there's a lot of songs, right? I have over 100 songs released. So if I did break down one song and learn it on piano each week, that could go for years, guys. That could actually go for years just because I have so many freaking songs. But instead, I'll try to learn like 4 in one stream, and then I'll forget them immediately. So that's actually a really good suggestion, and I appreciate it, Ram. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good. The name of the song is Hush Hour. Whoa, somebody just sent me a really long text. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble for something? Oh. False alarm. Somebody's in trouble, but it's not me. Thank you guys for being so respectful to me. Again, even in these talks, these suggestions are good. Have my feelings gotten hurt yet? No. You guys have been very, very, very considerate. I appreciate it. Leona wants to step up Thoughtful Thursday. Wherever you are, Maddie, we miss you and appreciate you. And also this Thursday, I will be doing some thinking about what things to throw away. I'm throwing away so much stuff today. I'm so excited. I love throwing things in the garbage can. It makes me feel good. I have thought enough, says Lindsay. I don't have any suggestions for season 3, and it makes me feel bad, says Umbe. Umbe, it makes me feel good. How about that? For whatever reason, Morning Medley is meeting your expectations, and that makes me feel good. So don't feel bad for not having any suggestions for season 3, because all that means is I'm doing my job right. And Umbe, keep in mind, we're only at 254, and season 3 starts in, 46 Morning Medley episodes? So you have plenty of time to come up with or think of, something that sucks. Plenty of time. Doesn't have to be in today's stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Lindsay. But those videos are amazing, and the way they're scored, they also have amazing scores. The way they're shot, I love those videos. I don't know if you're just reading it, but I would recommend watching the YouTube videos. They're amazing. They're amazing. They're very depressing. Some of them not so much. Actually, no, they're all pretty depressing. Jeff Lee says that's why you want a household black hole. You like throwing things in the trash. Well, yeah. I make no. I'm not gonna try to hide that. I love throwing things in the garbage can, and I would love it if I didn't have to like deal with them afterwards. I wish I could just throw them into a literal abyss. Yeah, it's definitely easier if you watch the depression instead of reading it, Lindsay. I would say. I uploaded this photo of myself. I don't know, like last week, and everybody got so worried, and there are some good people in my life, but I thought the photo looked fine, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, I think Omni's about to end it all," and like everybody was like messaging like, "Yo, you okay? Like, what the heck? What's going on?" And I was like, "Whoa, whoa." That looked that bad. The photo was probably fine, says Cyber. Cyber, it was the photo that you commented on my line timeline, the one where I like photoshopped an L hat, like a hat that just had the capital letter L on it. It was that photo. Everybody was like, bro, like you look like you're really going through it. Like I'm so sorry. Like I was just talking to your ex the other day. We were like, should I like get her to check on you or something? I was like, oh my god, I'm never taking a photo of my face again. Anyways, it was. I was talking about something. Sorry, guys. Thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'm really glad that we all seem to be a little miserable right now with the political stuff, but you guys seem to have it under control. The stream hasn't like descended on itself and everybody getting really angry, and so I do appreciate you for that. But if there is ever anything that I could do that somehow would help, let me know. I mean, love letters can only do so much, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow for the production stream. Just a quick reminder again with the samples. Get them in before 9 a.m. if you have any. If not, don't worry about it. Just show up with you and your wonderful selves, and we'll be there for 6 hours making more music. I have so many disco-y, funky ideas in my head, and I can't wait to get them out. Alright. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna go make some breakfast. Yeah, I'll make some breakfast.